And this just in, Walmart is out. The big retailer giving the nation's capital the big heave-ho after the D.C. Council gave him an order. Hike your minimum wage more than $4 an hour, hike it more than $4, and hike it fast. Walmart responding, how about we just take a hike and now? Walmart said if D.C. Council members voted to force big retailers to up their minimum wage to $12.50 an hour, they would have to up and leave, and that would be too costly. Apparently, it wasn't just a threat because now Walmart says it's ditching D.C. expansion plans in their tracks, halting constructions of 3 stores in the works, and rethinking 3 other stores. Now, it's still possible D.C.'s mayor could put the kibosh on all this by vetoing the council's measure, but it might already be too late. Council members who had wanted the big box stores to pay up might just have put themselves in an even bigger box. But D.C. councilman and former mayor Marion Barry doesn't see it that way at all. He says he voted a loud yes on the living wage bill. Welcome, Mayor. So tell us about it. What makes you think $12.50 an hour for Walmart is going to, I don't know, solve the D.C. employment problems?
First of all, let me put this in context, Harry. For a long time, these big box weren't interested in the urban market. They were interested in the suburban and rural argument. Too, in terms of myself, I've been a strong advocate of labor. I was 16 years as mayor, and I had nothing labor peace. And so the labor movement in Washington is a lot different than those in the suburbs or those in small rural areas. And secondly, in terms of urban markets, jobs are the #1 issue.
All right, well, let's stop you right there. Let's stop you right there. I'm glad you brought up jobs. The jobs created by constructing at least 3, maybe up to 6 Walmarts, some superstores, are in the thousands, Mayor. The jobs, the permanent employees of these 3, maybe 6 stores could be upwards of 4,000 jobs. We're talking major economic development for the D.C. area that frankly needs it, sir. Why would you vote to stop that?
First of all, the minimum wage in Washington is $8.25.
Yes, sir.
A dollar above the federal wage.
Yep.
And 2, we have a very high unemployment rate here.
Yep.
And we said to Walmart, as we're negotiating the bill, $12.50 is a living wage. Think about it.
But Mayor, let me stop you. But I got to stop you, sir. You're telling me that the minimum wage in D.C. is higher than the national average, and your unemployment rate is higher than the national average. But you're telling me now raise that minimum for Walmart specifically, raise it even more. Do you not see the tie-in between higher minimum wages and lower jobs?
First of all, multiply $8.25 by the number in which you get something that's less than $20,000. If you take the minimum living wage, which I support very strongly, it's $26,000. In Washington, you can't hardly live on $40,000 a family. And the last thing which really tipped the point, I met with the Walmart people on Tuesday, and we came in, we got some news for you guys. What's the news? Well, we're going to continue with those 3 stores that we got. But we're not going to continue with the other 3. Wait a minute.
Sir, but we have new, we spoke, can we put up the screen? We have a Walmart spokesman saying that they're going to rethink the 3 jobs that they've already, we will likely not pursue Skyland, Capitol Gateway, and New York Avenue, and we'll start to review the financial and legal implications of the 3 stores already under construction. Sir, that could be 6 Walmart stores, that could be thousands of jobs, that could be billions of dollars in revenue, economic activity, and tens of millions in taxes that you're saying goodbye to.
You don't get a job at any price. We don't get a job at any price. What really tipped me over the edge was the fact that Walmart was sticking us up, trying to say, if you don't do this, we're going to do that. We're going to leave here. Suppose we did all legislation like that. People come in and stick you up, unarmed, and etc.
Mayor, you voted to raise the minimum wage for specifically big box retailers, not for union shops. Not for union shops. Sir, I got to ask you, you were censored today, you were fined today for some things that, frankly, I would say you probably should be thrown off the city council for. You want to talk about that for a minute?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Walmart and the fact that they have held us hostage. We're not going to take it. And if they want to leave, I don't think they want to.
But sir, all due respect, you lose a lot of credibility with our viewers when on one hand you're being censored and fined for taking some money that you should have been taking, yet you'll vote against bringing thousands of jobs to the city to Washington, D.C., which frankly needs it. You know what the unemployment rate for teens in D.C. is? It's above 30%, sir.
That's right, like it is all over urban America. I may lose credibility with you and your views, but I've gained credibility. I mean, I was mayor for 16 years, another mayor for 4 years, and I've been in this business since 31 years, trying to bring dignity and justice.
Right. Mayor, answer this question. How do you answer the question where Walmart is going to be, if the current mayor doesn't veto this legislation, Walmart will be required to pay minimum wage of $12.50 an hour. Yet a grocery store, big grocery store that competes with Walmart for groceries that's unionized, doesn't have that same law apply to them. They can still go at 8 1/4 like the rest of the city.
No, they cannot go 8 1/4. They cannot go 8 1/4. If you take the unionized stores at Giant and Safeway, their wages are far above $12.50. They could not get away with that in the District of Columbia.
But whether they pay it or not, the requirement, the law is for Walmart, big box retailers like Walmart, to go to $12.50. That same rule doesn't apply to union shops.
It does not. It does apply. In retail shops, collective bargaining has taken the wage up beyond $12.50. And secondly, we had 8 votes, and we're going to urge the mayor to sign this. If he doesn't sign it, we'll get another vote and we'll override it. And what I don't like is being stuck up.
All right.
And held hostage,
Mayor,
pushed around.
Mayor, we're going to have to leave it there. That's former Mayor Marion Barry, current Washington, D.C. council member, voted for the Walmart living wage law. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.